3 o'clock in the afternoon, they are to take the lamb and sacrifice the lamb, and then they are to do something with the blood. It says in verse 7, they shall take some of the blood, put it on the 2 doorposts and lintels of the houses in which they eat. For verse 12, for I will pass through the land of Egypt that night, and I will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt. The blood, verse 13, shall be a sign for you upon the houses where you are, and when I see the blood I will pass over you, and no plague shall fall upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. You know, people will read this and they'll think that is so cruel, that is so mean. But you know, when you look at this from God's perspective, He gave Egypt 9 opportunities to repent. And they would not let go of his firstborn. Therefore, He said, I will slay your firstborn. Now, what is God doing in the story here? It's really interesting. It might be news to you to find out that the Egyptians also worshiped sheep. And so Moses tells the Israelites, take a lamb on the 10th day of Nisan, inspect it until the 14th day of Nisan, and then kill it. And I can imagine the people saying, what? This is deicide. You're asking us, we weren't involved in these other 9, but now you're asking us to take a knife and right away we think, oh, that's cruel. But listen, sacrifice is not for God. He doesn't get a charge out of this. I mean, is He running around saying, you know, I'm bloodthirsty, and if I can only get 300 lambs a day and 400 bulls and a few other animals, I'm going to be really happy? No, sacrifice is for us. It's for us. It's like the alcoholic who is addicted so thoroughly. How do they break the addiction? In this story, they're addicted to the gods of Egypt. The prophets talk about it, and Maimonides and other historical books talk about Egyptians worshiping sheep. And so here they say, they're told, take a knife and that which takes courage. It takes trust. All right, okay, we killed the lamb. Now what? Take the blood and splatter it on the front of your house. What? On the wood lintels? Do you know what blood does in wood? You are stained. And the next day there's going to be a whole lot of missing sheep. And you're asking us to mark our houses? What is God doing? Condescending. Condescension. He's coming down to their level. He's saying, I love you so much. I want you free, and I will go to any lengths to see that you're free. This is a loving Father who wants His kids free from addiction. And He is forcing their hand. He's saying, splatter the blood. You know why? Because once you leave, there's no going back. You got a marked home. We'll find out later they're always saying, oh, that we go back to Egypt. Oh, with the onions and garlic, and oh, yeah, we want to go back to Egypt and the flesh pots. Of how does Moses say, go back? Yeah, right. Go back to a blood-stained home? Right. God is forcing the issue. They got to get out of Dodge. This is love. Well, some people read the story and say, how cruel. I see the story and I say, oh, what a father's love. It would be like the alcoholic who said, I am addicted. I don't know what to do. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Every day at noon, every Sunday at noon, every day at noon, I want you to take a bottle of Jack Daniels and I want you to smash it over the fireplace. What? That's right. Every day at noon, smash a bottle of Jack Daniels to remind you that you are free and that you're breaking that addiction. And then on Sunday, a whole case of Leinekugels. Every week. This is basically what's taking place, is they're taking their addiction and they're confronting the addiction and saying, this will be destroyed and God will help me. And so, you know the story. It ends up taking place. but how does it relate to Christ?